Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all my dear students who are listening to me. I hope you all are well and fine. I hope you are doing great. So, welcome back to the class of science. Students, in last class we started the review of our one of the chapter named as How Our Brain Works. We are going to continue the review of same chapter and we are going to cover those things today which are left. So let's get started. So kids, as we know that in human body there are number of the systems. Okay, there are number of the systems and these systems are working together to make the life possible, and these are skeletal system, circulatory system, nervous system, digestive system, reproductive system, respiratory system. Number of the systems are there, from which the chapter which we are going to continue today, that is concerning with nervous system. Okay, so this is how you can see that if we see the particular system in the body, so we can observe that in skeletal system only bones are visible, circulatory system are blood vessels and heart and lungs, and digestive system or digestive tract. Now we are going to learn about nervous system. We know that our nervous system has three main components, and these are brain, spinal cord and nerves. Fine. So you can see here the brain, you can see here the spinal cord, and you can see that how the network of nerves is spread throughout the body. So let's start. So this is the chapter in front of you, how our brain works, which we are going to continue today. This was our chapter number 4, and in this chapter we have learned number of the things, and the main thing from this is nervous system is the system that is involving three main things, and these are brain, spinal cord and nerves. Okay, so this chapter is concerning with brain, spinal cord and nerves. Now students, you can see here that how brain is located, where the brain is located, how the spinal cord is starting from the brain and going down to the back, and nerves are the network like structure which are spread throughout our body. So in the last class we had learnt about brain. Okay, we had learnt about brain. We are going to have a short review of this, then we will go to the next thing, that is a spinal cord. Okay, this is your page number 27 of your science book, in which I have highlighted some of the important lines. Okay, so as I told you in this chapter, brain, spinal cord and nerves, these three things make up our nervous system. Okay, brain is the control center of our whole body, and the brain is made up of specialized cells, and these cells are called nerve cells or neurons. Fine. The delicate brain is protected on the outside by strong skull bones. When we were learning how we move, we learned that how the skull is, how strong the skull is, and how it protects our brain. Okay, so we are not going to the detail of this. Then in the last class we have learned about the main parts of brain, and these were cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla. Cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla. Fine. So when we were talking about cerebrum, we came to know that it is the main part of our brain, and it has number of the folds and grooves. It has number of the folds and grooves, and it does all of our thinking. Fine. Then we proceeded towards the cerebellum. Cerebellum is different from cerebrum. It is a small egg-shaped organ or part of under the cerebrum at the back of the head. The cerebellum works with the cerebrum to control the movement of the muscles. It controls the movement of the muscles, but with the coordination with cerebrum. It also helps our body to keep its balance. If we are balancing our body, if we can ride on the bicycle or the motorbike, if we know that how to balance our body, that is only due to the cerebellum. Then the third part and the last part according to your book, that is medulla. Medulla is shaped like a stem. Okay, it is shaped like a stem, and it controls our involuntary actions. I told you involuntary actions are those actions which are not under our control. They work with the central nervous system. Okay, and these are breathing and breathing and heartbeat. Okay, so these are the main parts of our brain. Now here comes the next segment of the nervous system, and that is spinal cord. And here are some of the points regarding spinal cord, and this is how the spinal cord looks like. This is the brain, this is spinal cord, and on the lateral side of our body you can see the nerves. So point number one is the spinal cord is shaped like a tube. Okay, it is a kind of tube. It is about as thick as one of our finger, and it starts from the medulla, because medulla is situated at the back or the back of the head. Okay, so spinal cord starts from the medulla and goes down to the middle of our back. Okay, it goes down to the middle of our back. It is protected by vertebrae of our spine. Okay, when we were learning about skeletal system, we saw that there are 33 vertebrae in our spine. Vertebrae are the small bones. Okay, and the spinal cord is something which is protected by vertebrae. Okay, messages travel from our brain down to the spinal cord to all parts of our body, and incoming messages enter the spinal cord from all parts of our body and then travel up to the brain. So let's have a short review of the things which we have covered so we can proceed our lecture. The components of the nervous system are brain, spinal cord and nerves. Our brain is a control center of our whole body, and it receives messages from all parts of our body and issues necessary commands to control the body's action. The brain is made up of a special type of cells, and these are called as nerve cells. There are three main parts of the brain, and they are cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla. The spinal cord is shaped like a tube. It starts from the medulla and goes down to the middle of our back. It is protected by the vertebrae of our spine. Let's read out the paragraph of spinal cord from your book on page number 27. The spinal cord is shaped like a tube. It is about as thick as one of our finger, and it starts from the medulla and goes down to the middle of our back. It is protected by vertebrae of our spine. Messages travel from the brain down to the spinal cord and to all parts of our body. Incoming messages enter the spinal cord from all parts of the body and then travel up to the brain. We have read these lines again and again, so make sure that you have completely got the concept of a spinal cord and the main parts of the brain. So kids, let's start the third and the last segment of our nervous system, and this is nerves. Fine. Brain and spinal cord we have learned. Now we are moving towards the nerves. Nerves are long. Okay, we will read out the line and we will consider this picture in our mind, so be very careful. Nerves are long, thin and specialized fiber-like structure that transmit the messages between your brain and other parts of our body. This light is showing that how the signals or the messages are coming from one neuron or one nerve to another, and this is how these messages will be sent to our brain. Okay, any of the fibers that carry messages to and from the brain and other parts of our body. Nerves are bundled together. Nerves are bundled together. Okay, see the background. You can see the network-like structure in the background. It means all the nerves are attached with each other. So they are bundled together into the complicated system that connects all the parts of the body and to the spinal cord and the brain. Our nerves are located throughout our body, from our skin, through and round our organs, and towards their center, the brain. Kids, Not all the nerve cells are same. There are different types of nerve cells, and these are sensory nerves, motor nerves, and connecting nerves. There are three main type of nerve cells, and these are sensory nerves or sensory nerve cell. Number 2, motor nerves or motor nerve cells. Number 3, connecting nerves or connecting nerve cells. Now we will start from sensory nerve cells. The type number 1, sensory nerve cells, are the nerve cells which carry signals from the sense organs to the brain and spinal cord. Okay, if you just pay your attention on the word sensory nerve cells, so sensory is the word that is indicating sense organs. Okay, so again we are going to repeat it. Sensory nerve cells carry signals from sense organs to the brain and spinal cord. Fine. The first type of neurons is the sensory neurons, which have to do with touch and being able to feel pain. The sensory neurons can be found in the skin, muscles, joints, and organs that indicate pressure, temperature, and pain. There are some sensory neurons in the nose and tongue that perceives as taste and smells. Neurons in the inner ear are sensitive to vibration and provide us with information about sound. Nerves of the retina is an eye, okay? Nerves of retina are sensitive to light and allow us to see. See, we have discussed all the sense organs here: skin, nose and tongue, ear, and eye. Okay, so sensory nerve cells or neurons are those cells which carry signals from sense organs to the brain or spinal cord. Here comes the second type of neuron or the nerve cell, that is motor nerve cell. Motor nerve cells are the opposite of sensory nerve cells. How? The second type of nerve cells is the motor nerve cells that send signals from brain and spinal cord to the muscles. Okay? What happens in sensory nerve cells? All the messages are sent from sense organs to the brain. But in motor nerve cells, the motor nerve cells that send signals from brain and spinal cord to the muscles. Okay? It means the signals are coming from the brain, and in sensory nerve cells the signals were sent to the brain and spinal cord. These are the signals that make the muscles move. So this is really important, that motor nerve cells are responsible for the movement of muscles. Dear students, here comes the last and the third type of nerve cells, and these are connecting nerve cells. Okay, see the word that is connecting, that indicates the connection of something. So the connecting nerve cells may be responsible for the connection of something. So let's see what are these. The third type of neurons or the nerve cells is connecting nerve cells, which are the neurons that provide connection between sensory and motor nerve cells. It is providing the connection between sensory nerve cells and the motor nerve cells, as well as between themselves. It means connecting nerve cells are connection between themselves too. It means one connecting nerve cells is a nerve cell is attached to another connecting nerve cells. Apart from this, they are connecting the sensory nerve cells and the motor nerve cells. Okay, so let's see what is written about nerves or nerve cells in your book. Here is the last paragraph on page number 27, that is about nerves. Okay, nerves are made up of nerve cells. It means the whole network of the nerve cells is known as nerves. Okay, we are collectively calling them as nerves. So nerves are made up of nerve cells. They link every part of our body to the brain through spinal cord. The body has three different kinds of nerve cells. How many kinds of nerve cells are there? There are three different kinds of nerve cells, and these are sensory nerve cells, motor nerve cells, and connecting nerve cells. So number one is sensory nerve cells. Sensory nerve cells are those that carry the signals from the sense organs to the spinal cord and brain. These signals are the information about things such as temperature, smell, color, and pressure. Kids, this is the part of your page number 28 where the second type of nerve starts. Okay, the second type of nerve or neuron or the nerve cell is motor nerve cells. Motor nerve cells send signals to from the brain and spinal cord to the muscles. They send signals from the brain, not to the brain, okay? They send signals from brain and spinal cord to the muscles, and these are the signs that make the muscles move. These are the signs that make the muscles move, okay? Now the third type of neuron or the nerve cell is connecting nerve cells. As we have learnt about it, that connecting nerve cells are the nerve cells which are responsible for the connection of sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells and themselves too. Okay, so what do? They pass signals between sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells. A very important thing is written here, and this is these nerve cells are in our brain and in the spinal cord. As we know that nerves or the nerve cells are spread all over in our body, but the brain and the spinal cord, only the connecting nerve cells are there. Okay, so not only the one connecting nerve cell is there in whole spinal cord, there are number of the connecting nerve cells in the spinal cord. It means they are producing connection between themselves too, plus they are connecting the nerves of rest of our body, and these are sensory nerve cells and the motor nerve cells. So connecting nerve cells is providing connection to the sensory neurons or the sensory nerve cells and motor nerve cells and themselves too. In the next class we would start our reflex section. Okay, so as we have already learned about this, that these are automatic actions which happen suddenly. Okay, we will learn the detail of this paragraph from the next lecture. So thank you so much. Let's wind up it. This is the time to say goodbye to all of you. I hope you have got all of the things from this chapter, and we have learned this chapter from slides as well as from book. Okay, so if you are still having any confusion, you can ask me by commenting, by giving me a comment on Google Classroom. Okay, so thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Inshallah, we shall meet in the next class with the last segment of the review class of chapter How Our Brain Works. Allah Hafiz.